Before we get started, I would like to share some crucial financial data from Ted Baker. These numbers represent their reporting for the year ending on 31st of January 2021 in comparison to year ending on 31st of January 2020. Group revenue fell by 44.2% to 352 million compared to 630 million pounds in the prior year, driven by the ongoing impact of COVID restrictions. Retail sales, including e-commerce, fell by 42.2% to 254.3 million pounds in comparison to 439.9 million in the prior year. Wholesale sales down 50.3% to 85.3 million pounds compared to 171.5 million pounds in the prior year. All in all, Ted Baker made a loss before tax of 59.2 million pounds. Do these numbers paint a grim picture for Ted Baker going forward? As you can see, we have a special guest again. We have Matt from the team. Usually he's behind the camera. He's the guy who has done most of our video editing. This time we thought we are doing something around marketing, something around branding. Let's bring in Matt. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank you. How are you doing?
Surviving. You may think that the financial numbers we have just shared draw a grim picture for Ted Baker. But most of this can be attributed to COVID. Opposite to what most people will perceive, especially after seeing those numbers, we have to remember that many brands did not even survive COVID. Ted Baker, on the other hand, and you might not even expect this, in terms of their marketing, in terms of their branding, they are in a better place now than they have ever been before. How they have done it? They have made crucial strategic and financial decisions that are going to help them in the future. In particular, they have gone and focused on their brand strength. Brand strength is a value provided by the company. How a company can keep this value high is when customers associate them with higher quality and hence they are willing to pay the price for it. All in all, what we are talking about is an ongoing strategic plan.
It's June 2020 and COVID's starting to go away just a little bit. And businesses are finally looking forward to some much needed continuity, albeit in a downturn. And it was at this point that Ted Baker announced their Ted's Growth Formula. This 3-year strategic program emphasized 4 key points. Number 1, cash flow management. In order to make use of their existing cash, Ted Baker decided to strengthen their grip on their cash flow. How did they do this? Well, they tightened their grip on their commercial stock cycle as well as their working capital to ensure their cash flow remained healthy. Number 2, significant cost action. Ted Baker commenced a review of their costs and decided that there were areas they could save money. This being £31 million in saving on payroll, including a further £8 million in reduced rent. Number 3, strong growth in China. Ted Baker was doing well in China, 6% growth during that year. However, this was despite some closing of stores. So one thing they did look at was opening new stores and pursuing more online markets in China. And finally, 4th, brand strength enhancement. Whilst Ted Baker does have a very strong brand, they decided to focus more on refreshing their imagery and just slightly changing their approach. This was met with positive feedback from their customers, which included a social media refurbishment, new imagery, new products. And as a result, Ted Baker now has 1.2 million online active customers. As a result of these 4 areas in Ted's growth formula, there have been 3 major advantages. Firstly, re-energizing the brand. In order to re-energize the Ted Baker brand, they reformatted their product pyramid and instead decided to go forth with the whole tagline of Made in Britain. In addition, Ted Baker announced a new global creative director, Anthony Cuthbertson. Anthony had previously been at Topshop, Roberto Cavalli, Sass & Bide, René Lazard, and Burlington Ralph Lauren. Amongst other things he has done, Cuthbertson has also brought on a relatively less formal, more cosy look to Ted Baker. This is more in line with how the market has shifted due to the pandemic. And what is probably the hottest trend in modern day fashion, Ted Baker has been smashing their sustainability targets. These sustainability targets included using 69% of cotton from sustainable sources in their products, and any terminal products that haven't been sold or discontinued got donated to charity instead of going to landfill. Number 2, digital priorities. Despite their grim initial financial numbers, Ted Baker instead has gained a new strength, which is their strong online presence. All of their metrics relating to e-commerce have seen some form of improvement. They've taken on board and acquired new customers. They have seen higher conversion rates, social media engagement, and followers. In order to achieve these outcomes, Ted Baker has made some significant changes to their digital presence. This includes major upgrade of payment options. This now includes Apple Pay, Google Pay, Klarna, as well as a series of other local payment options. Introduction of virtual appointments via Hero with in-store colleagues. Launch of a new VIP loyalty program, Devote TED. Launch of live chat. This is amongst the first in their niche to introduce this feature. Launch of live commerce, where a live stream broadcast is integrated with an e-commerce platform. In addition to all this, Ted Baker has also secured some new licensing deals. Lingerie and nightwear with Next, including some territorial licenses with AFG. And finally, material savings. Due to the COVID pandemic, Ted Baker are now prepared for lower cash inflows as a result of their reduced costs. This is going to put them in a far safer position to weather the financial storms of the future. So, what can we learn from Ted Baker?
Yeah, one of the things that they've seen is that they are forecasted a 30% increase in their sales, and they are well on their track to achieve this. Plus, they are beginning to see a growth in the US, Asia, Europe, as well as UK. And as you mentioned, Matt, it is starting to blow up in China. Historically, British brands have done really well in China, and maybe this is a research area for some time in the future. All in all, whilst other fashion brands are struggling, Ted Baker is going strength to strength with their brand. And I think brand strength is where we can learn lessons for ourselves. As a result of focusing on brand strength, here are 6 positives that businesses can achieve. Number 1, customer recognition. As seen from the case of Ted Baker, they have a strong relationship with their customers, and this is done through their consistent touchpoints. Fashion is very dynamic, it's constantly changing, and this requires brands and businesses to continuously research to understand what's coming next. All in all, customers are able to buy products or services that reflect their personality. And this connects with my second point, which is customer loyalty. Ted Baker have been very open about their struggles through the pandemic, and this is an emotional experience for customers. As a quick example, I know that my parents were very upset when they heard that Debenhams were closing their stores. All in all, we can see that Ted Baker have shared their journey consistently, and this keeps a relationship with their customers. Number 3, word of mouth. Ted Baker have been known to be very good for sharing their brand story. People do not just hear about these stories and forget them. It's known that they do share them with their friends and family. If you go into the Ted Baker store, it's very clear that experience is very important to them. Ted Baker have reached a point where their brand is their guarantee. Ted Baker have built such a strong brand that people are interested and curious, and this is shown from their marketing and advertising. Number 5. Communication of quality. Our company is in marketing, and we understand that packaging is very important. You can have a very good product or service, it could be of a high quality, but if it's not marketed and positioned in the same way, it doesn't mean as much. And we can see from Ted Baker, not only do they have very good products, their marketing is communicated in the same way. Number 6, lower price sensitivity. Price sensitivity has become a sensitive point, no pun intended. However, with a strong brand, you're able to command the price of your products and services that customers buy at.
To summarize, as a business owner, you can also work on your brand strength, and you need to follow 4 steps to do that. Number 1, analyze your target audience. Define your target audience, age, gender, location, whatever is important, which will help you in developing client personas, and then you can go and cater them. Number 2, define your tone. Your tone of voice helps your audience in defining the values of your company. We have gone one step further. We have literally named our company values as in Axies. This helps your clients build a personality of your brand in their heads. Number 3, work on your retention rates. Loyal customers are the most valuable asset for any business, and they help you grow. So build long-lasting relationships with your customers. That can be anything from offering a loyalty program, changing your strategy to stay in touch with times, or even sending questionnaires to your clients. Anything that helps you keep relevant, keep working at it. And number 4, use multiple communication channels. The more platforms you can cover in your strategy, the more people you can get into your system. What we do at Axies Digital, for example, we are very active on LinkedIn, but that's not the end of it. We try to have face-to-face conversations. We will try to have coffee. We'll try to play poker. Any way we can listen to our clients or potential clients, we are going to go and do it. In your case, if you have physical products, you may want to go on Instagram so you can showcase your products. You can go on Facebook to share your story. You can use email marketing to increase your sales. You can have a chatbot on your website so you can answer people's questions instantly. Any way you can collect data and improve your strategies is the way forward. This might be our most comprehensive video up to date.
Yeah.
I think we went through numbers like 4 times.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah. All in all, you need to focus on your quality, you need to focus on your messaging, and you need to focus on your adaptability. I fumbled, but it works. So good luck with developing your brand strength.
Hi, I'm Harmeet Singh.
I'm Matthew Ward.
And I'm Tasir Ahmed. Hopefully you liked this video and found it useful. Please like and subscribe and connect with us on LinkedIn. We will see you on the next one. Cheers.